and after that I will link my camera to this null object. This is a trick on how to move the camera without affecting the keyframes. So always wherever I move, I have my animation. Okay, so if you can try that, I can just turn off the highlight adjustment layer for Egypt, and I'll open it for Tunisia, and I make it 3D. Sorry, and France too, Australia too, I make it 3D. Okay, the only one thing here, I have my animation, but the problem I don't have keyframes. So to do that, I'll go to the Egypt layer, U, to reveal all the keyframes, Control C, and in Tunisia, France, Australia, and USA, I will make Control V like that. I have my map here is blinking. Let's check all the other maps. So I'll go to France. Here I'll turn off the highlight of Tunisia, turn on the highlight of France, and okay, it looks perfect. For example, here if I go back to Tunisia, here go back to Tunisia, and I'll move my null object. If you can see, the map is very small, and to do that in a good way, I have to rescale my null object and move it a little bit. Once I preview my animation. Okay, let's limit my preview region. Okay, looks nice. Okay, now I will add my text layer that will be used to select the location. So for that I will make Control A, U to close to get more space. New text layer. This text layer, I will rename it location, and I will write for now Tunisia. After that I will adjust the text later, but for now I will move it a little bit in the corner. So the concept behind that is, the idea behind that is I want to use this text layer as an entry to define the location of the camera. So for that, it's the location, by the way, for the null object. The idea is once you type, for example, Tunisia, the null object will move to a certain location. So let's start doing that. First of all, let's work on the opacity of these layers. So we'll start of the highlight Tunisia, T, the opacity. So we'll say, like, if you type Tunisia, the opacity will go 100%, and if any other case or else, it will be 0%. So the layer will be like off. We'll hit Alt, OK, on the stopwatch of the opacity, and we'll have transform opacity. What we will write here, we will write up, for example, equal. We'll define a variable, and here the location, we'll open it. We'll have text source, so we'll put the cursor here and text source, text. Okay, enter. This is the expression if, open parenthesis, OP. Okay, Nice. So now 0%, as you know, I made it Tunisia. It's 100%. Okay, everything is working. I will do the same for all the IR highlight layer. So here, I'll copy my expression for Egypt, T. Next stopwatch, I will paste that expression here. Just here, the word, I will change it. Egypt. Same thing here. Right here, France. Same thing here. Control V. Australia, and here USA, T. I'll paste the same expression, but I will change it here, USA. Okay. Control A, U. Okay, everything. Now I don't have to worry about the overlay layers. Everything will be working fine. What I will do now is just I will assign like an expression to link between any entry from the text and the location or the position and the scale for the null object. And for that, before that, what I will do now is just I will change the color of the null object, simply green, so I can see it better. And what I will do now, for example, in the case of Tunisia, what I will do, just follow me, just I will add an expression here. Before that, I can open any one of this here, and I will grab my old expression, Control C, and put it here, but I have to change something. Okay. Okay, once I finish all the entry, I copy the same expression because I'll use it for the scale but with new values. Control C and S to reveal the scale properties. Hit Alt on the stopwatch. Control V. Okay, for example, in the case of Tunisia, it will be 38%, 38, 38, 38. In the case of USA, it will be okay. Once we finish all the value, let's try our location. So we'll start by Australia is okay, Tunisia, okay, France, everything fine, USA, okay, and Egypt. Okay, everything is working like a charm. Okay, now we are reaching the final stage. The final stage consists on adding all the controls like sliders or color control to our essential graphics panel to be used after that on Premiere. The first value that we want to add, or the first feature that we want to add, is the source text. So we'll select the composition. Our composition, main composition is map, and we'll drag the source text there. Here we name it location. Okay, and we can control since now everything. So here if we write, for example, Tunisia, everything is working fine. Okay, next step is to change the color from this blue. Will be free after that on Adobe Premiere to choose which color to assign to the background. Okay, so to do that we can go to the effect and presets, and we'll use the fill effect, and we'll drag our fill effect, put it over here. So by default it chooses the red color. We'll open the effect here, fill, and we'll drag our color here, and write here background color. And we'll choose, for example, this color, and add like an effect here to the map, like effect, color correction, maybe use hue and saturation. So here, for example, the saturation, we'll add it or move it. So we'll add a slider to that. To do that, for example, here we'll add expression control, slider control, and we will link our slider to the saturation. So to do that, color balance, here we'll open our saturation. As you can notice, the saturation from -100 to 100. So we hit Alt on the stopwatch, click, and we link with the pick whip to the slider, and we rename it. For example, here the slider is saturation, and we'll drag this slider to our Essential Graphics panel. Here write map saturation, and we'll edit range here from -100 to 100. Okay, and as you can see, we can control the saturation. More than that, we can give it another effect. For example, maybe we want to change the color of the map.